Park Limited is in Winnipeg. It's a great day. It's a big deal for our company to be building this new plant. It's a big deal I think, for Red Deer County and for Central Alberta. I think our opportunity has come along through a lot of hard work, a lot of effort from the team. Our business has continued to grow. I always tell new employees, it's a great spot to work. We're making food. People got to eat every day. They can go for a couple of years and not buy a new car, but you got to eat every day. So, and unless you're a celiac, you probably have eaten something that was made with flour today. So this new plant is going to kind of really separate our company. We're going to be able to provide high quality food stuff for bakers. I think that's going to grow the bacon industry in Central Alberta. Part of our research was where are we going to expand? Where are we going to replace some older assets? And Alberta is predicted to be one of the fastest by percentage growth over the next 20 years. And we see the province already a little underserved in flour capacity. So as the population grows, they're going to want to eat, and they're going to need baked goods, and baked goods need flour. So we're going to help our business grow. We're going to support our customers by making high quality food. Some of our company's 115 years old, and some of our plants are quite old. We keep them well maintained, but food safety is a continually rising ball. Health and safety is a continually rising bar. So we need to keep up, and we need to be able to produce a quality, reasonably priced product to help our customers grow. And that's what this Red Deer operation is going to do. We have a lot of people to thank, a lot of people to help make this happen. And I've said it several times before. I've really felt extremely welcome by the Red Deer County, by all the officials at the Alberta government. So thank you all for that. We have several guest speakers here today, and it's my pleasure to introduce Minister Sigurdson. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to see so many politicians here actually today. I think we have the entire Red Deer County, and obviously Mayor Wood, our federal MP Earl Dreeshen, who I know quite well. And it's great to be here in my riding of Innisfil Sylvan Lake, and to see this long sought after investment finally become a reality in the province of Alberta. And I know others can go into the history much better than I, but when this opportunity to serve Western Canada came right to our doorstep here, I know everybody in the county was excited. We at the province were very excited that it could be built here in Central Alberta. And obviously the strong agriculture background that we have here, and it's middle of harvest right now, so I'm sure in your drive in you saw combines and swathers rolling. There's so much agriculture and great agriculture that is done right here with lots of black soil and really good crops, and this is such an important growing region. And also I'd just like to say that the logistics of Central Alberta, because it's obviously Red Deer is right in between Edmonton and Calgary. And the provincial government obviously recognizes the logistical importance of Red Deer. And as Minister of Transportation and Economic Corridors, we've actually invested $30 million into the Red Deer Regional Airport, which you can see from right here, as well as millions into Junction 42, which is a new truck stop right off of Highway 2 that will just have a whole bunch of logistical benefits for this type of investment here in Central Alberta. So I'm just thrilled, not as Minister of Transportation, as a former agriculture minister that always was trying to attract agriculture investment here in the province, but just really excited as a local MLA of this new investment and the jobs that are going to come with it. So with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce my very good friend, the current Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, RJ Sigurdson, to the podium.
Well, thank you, Minister Dreeshen. You're always a tough act to follow, both by speaking and as the Ag Minister, too. I appreciate the introduction you gave me. Also appreciate everyone here and the warm welcome. Of course, I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our friends at Parrish and Heimbecker, the Limited, and P&H Milling Group for hosting today's news conference. It's exciting to be standing with you on the site of your new flour milling facility. And it's great to have MP Earl Dreeshen and Mayor Jim Wood join us for this event as well. Now, first off, I'd like to thank P&H for choosing Alberta again for your newest milling operation. Our government understands the positive effect you've had on the agri-food industry here for the past 50 years. And from the time you expanded your wheat and durum milling operations to Lethbridge in 1975 until today, you've led the way in producing high-quality products to meet changing consumer demands. Now, P&H is known for going above and beyond when it comes to production and safety standards. You treat your workers, customers, and community right, and we really respect that here with the province of Alberta. And we appreciate that you always strive for continuous improvement. And you do what it takes to minimize impacts on the environment. Beyond all these outstanding qualities, we appreciate the fact you source Alberta-grown wheat and peas for your mills across Canada. When this new flour mill comes online and ramps up production, I can assure you Alberta will be ready to meet the growing demand. After all, our farmers grow about 1/3 of Canada's wheat crops, and I'm always proud to say that as the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, I believe we got the best farmers and ranchers in the world right here in Western Canada. That said, our government knows national companies like yours have lots of options when it comes to business expansion. That's why we made it a priority to offer a welcoming, business-friendly environment here. While Alberta has always offered one of the most competitive business tax systems in North America, we knew we could do better. So we introduced the Agri-Processing Investment Tax Credit in the spring of 2023. And as you can see, it's doing its job to attract large-scale investments in Alberta's value-added ag manufacturing sector. Today, I'm pleased to announce that P&H Milling Group has qualified for this program. We estimate the company will be eligible for a tax credit up to $27.3 million for investing $241 million in the new state-of-the-art mill that will transform wheat into flour. The project is expected to create about 27 permanent jobs and about 200 temporary jobs right here in central Alberta. And when the facility is operational, about 750 metric tons of wheat from Western Canadian farmers will be milled into flour every single day. P&H will also sell byproducts from the milling process to the livestock feed industry across Canada to create products for farm animals and fish. We are also excited about the potential for this project to attract spin-off investments in the commercial baking industry. A potential, and I'll put the call out there. We got our Agri-Invest team working every day. If you're a commercial baker, I think this is a great area and a great time to be investing in Alberta. Now, all those things considered, this project has numerous benefits for Albertans and all Canadians. And I'll leave it to Mayor Wood and Lloyd Heimbecker to tell you more about that. But in conclusion, before they do, I'd like to invite all ag processing companies to check out our ag tax credit program on alberta.ca. Find out how we're providing the right conditions to invest in the province and maximize returns while helping to stimulate our economy. And now I'd like to ask Mayor Wood to come up and talk about the benefits of this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much, RJ. And you know, it's always a pleasure to follow you because you're the guy that's giving the money away here. And we actually see that investment follows that. So thank you. I'd like to acknowledge, I see lots of good friends here. I'm going to go right back into the second row. MP Dreeshen and Minister Dreeshen, both good friends of mine, don't live very far away, and you know, both farmers as well. So we've always been good friends. Also, RJ, you know what? We've built a good relationship over a long period of time here, and you know what? As farmers, not just as the mayor, but as farmers, we appreciate everything you do for agriculture. But today, I stand before you with immense gratitude and pride as we celebrate a landmark decision that speaks volumes for our region. And thank you I'd like to thank you very much for selecting Red Deer County for your build. We recognize there were a lot of folks that would have loved to have a facility like this. But you know, a facility like this benefits all of our farmers in this region. A huge, huge market for the best products that I think are growing absolutely anywhere in the world and right local. And to be able to see this flour mill being built here, I 100% agree. The spin-offs that will come from this potentially are huge. This business not only reflects the strength of our county's agriculture heritage, but underscores the effectiveness of our tax use bylaw. And these things just don't just happen. You know what? We've been working on this project for 3+ years. Through a recession, through a lot of things have happened. But we recognized that we needed to be able to work with Parrish and Heimbecker to, in fact, make this happen. And through that, we have actually provided a tax rate bylaw that actually tried to give an appropriate tax rate that we're both able to agree to be able to have this facility come here. And I also recognize the province of Alberta because you're doing the same thing. Somehow or other, we have to be able to compete, have these great things happen right here in central Alberta and right here in Red Deer County for the benefit of our local farmers and the benefits of the residents of Red Deer County. So by creating a favorable environment for growth and investment, we've been able to attract vital businesses that contribute to the vibrancy and prosperity of central Alberta. And I want to come back to that tax rate bylaw for just a minute, because these tax rate bylaws would not happen without a council that wants to make them happen. And today we have members of our council here today. Councillor Kennett, Councillor Moore, Councillor DePalm, Councillor Ramsey, and also an administration that works extremely hard to try to make things happen. We have a reputation in Red Deer County that we want to, in fact, be business friendly and work with our investors. And these are the things that happen by a prosperous council that wants to make sure that things do happen. P&H is a distinguished milling company, and its survival is a direct result of this business and reflects positive impacts on the policies of fostering economic advancement. This partnership will bolster our local economy and provide invaluable support to our farmers. While showcasing the advantages of our centralized location in this province, this flour mill will invigorate the local economy while enhancing overall agriculture sector. By choosing our county, P&H is not only investing in a thriving community, but also benefiting from a prime location right here in central Alberta, an advantage that facilitates effective operations and distributions. I also want to acknowledge everyone that's made a part of making this happen today. And this is huge. And as I mentioned, 3 years plus making this happen. A lot of hard work has went into this, and I see a lot of you right in here in this room today. And thank you very much, because you know what? There was a couple of times I was crossing my fingers that we could get this thing across the line, and thank you to everyone that's made it happen. Your decision to come here is significant, an endorsement of our values and our capabilities. We're excited about the opportunities that this collaboration will look forward to growing together in the years to come. Thank you for your confidence in our county. Here's to a prosperous future together. With gratitude, I would like to call up Mr. Lloyd Heimbecker.
Well, good morning, and thanks for being here. This is a big day. What's behind me is usually the result of where I spend my time, and doing things like this is not my forte, so prepare yourselves. Thank you for being here, like I said, Minister, for being here. Really appreciate it. The Dretians, Mayor, Red Deer County, we appreciate it. So my name is Lloyd Heimbecker. I'm the Executive Vice President of Parrish and Heimbecker Limited. We are a Canadian-owned and operated family business that merged 115 years ago this year. So, projects like this, I was born in Calgary, Alberta. in my heart, I always wanted Alberta to win this project. It came here. Yeah. Seems apropos. And they're oil cars too, so keep Alberta strong. I love it. Who knew, Bruce? We actually had talked about this earlier, so yeah, it's unbelievable. So this is our economy on steel rails. So, which, you know, obviously being right here and having a siding for this operation is going to enable us to do some amazing things out of here. One of which there's going to be a large bagging operation and warehouse facility, and we're going to be able to intermodal Alberta-made flour in bags from here and land them into southwestern Ontario more economically than we can actually manufacture in southwestern Ontario. And we are Canada's largest miller, so we're not doing a bad job, but the economic advantage of having a facility like this here is just super powerful. So the mayor referenced, you know, working on this for a long period of time. Yeah, it's been a long, long time. We were talking last night over dinner about these sorts of realities, and you know, it's made me pause to think, you know, the excitement of what we're doing, the necessity of food security in Canada, the ability to support our farmers and agriculture and agri-food processing. These are table stakes in Canada, and we need to embrace them. But we need to continue to work together in the fashion that we're doing in order to escalate the development cycle. You know, not too long ago, my predecessors and partners at Parrish and Heimbecker would say to me, geez, we would conjure up the next business idea, and you know, from the time it was conceptualized to the time that a person like me was going to the board in order to attract the capital, it was a 12-month cycle. And then we'd be out running like crazy. Now, the environment's obviously changed, and there's been supply chain issues through COVID and so on and so forth, and escalation in prices and workforce-related escalation in costs and things like that. And all business needs to contend with that. But as Canadians, I feel very strongly that we need to continue to sort of make things leaner, meaner, faster, better, because it matters. We need to continue to put our capital to work for Canadians and make sure that we own our businesses and that we're driving the bus. So I'm very, very pleased with our ability together to be able to do this. So thank you to all the different groups that have been involved throughout bringing it to this stage. Etienne, thank you so much. I mean, right from the beginning, your department helped us find land. You've helped guide us through the many avenues to find programming that we're talking about today. So thank you. The Red Deer County and the staff of Red Deer County, thank you. It's, you know, you're aggressive partners that want to see things happen, and that's why we're here. So everybody from all parts, it's moving in the right direction, but there's a lot of momentum that can be leveraged off of a project like this. So I would just want to take the opportunity to say thanks. Keep it going. If you know, we're here, we'll be a fixture in the community, God willing, for another 100 years, because flour mills can go on for a long, long time. You know, and they bring a lot of downstream benefits to the economy. So I think I've covered everything that I was going to say today. And there it is. Let's turn some dirt and build a flour mill. Thank you.
Thank you to our speakers. That concludes the formal program. Now, if we have media, I would invite you to ask any questions you have. There's a mic at the back of the room. Make sure you speak into the mic, and please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. And if you'd like to direct your question to anyone specific, please just address them. I would invite you now, if there is anyone who would like to ask a question, to do so.
Yeah, my question is to the Minister of Agriculture. Could you explain a bit more about the tax benefits here to the company, as well as the benefits that will go downstream to, in my region, which is basically from Innisfil right down to Carstairs? What sort of benefits that they might see?
It's a great question, and actually something I'm very excited to talk about, because not only do we have one of the best teams in all the world right now, my Agri-Invest team, and as Lloyd had mentioned, Etienne, that works with our Agri-Invest team that helps with a lot of these investments. As a government as a whole, for over 5 years since being re-elected, we've been working on creating the most competitive business environment in the country and in North America, understanding that we're competing on a global stage. But to add to that, and of course the spring of 2023 is when we moved ahead with our agri-processing investment tax credit, a 12% non-refundable tax credit that really has now become a beacon on the global stage for investment, showing industry that we are wholly committed to agri-processing, because we understand the benefits of across the scale, from the farmer all the way through. This is benefiting communities, creating jobs. This is strengthening our agricultural industry. It's building food security, and it's securing our food supply chain here domestically at home. So there are benefits across the board, and that's why we're so being so aggressive in this space right now. We do have, like I mentioned, the best farmers and ranchers in the world, creating the highest quality product. And now when you combine that with investments like this, with Parrish and Heimbecker right now with this flour mill, the spin-offs, the potential that happens is incredible for both job creation and growth in GDP. I'll say it flat out. I think agriculture is one of the most exciting spaces to invest right now in Alberta. To put it into perspective, over a matter of just under 3 years prior to this year, we saw about $2.3 billion in investment in agri-processing, and that's way up. Our average was about $500 million prior to that. This year alone, we're going to do $3.2 billion in agri-processing investment here in the province of Alberta. That's jobs, that's construction jobs, that's agricultural jobs, and that's security for our farmers and ranchers all the way right through to our communities and the people that rely on the food that they put on their table every single day.
I have a question for Mayor Jim Wood, please. Hi, Ashley, RD News Now. I was just wondering if you could speak a little bit to what developments like this indicate for growth in the Red Deer County region kind of as a whole.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's an excellent question. The first thing is that what we see is an investment like this shows, number one, that companies are willing to invest in Red Deer County. They see Red Deer County as a great place to be. So that's number one. When we start to see growth like this happen, other things come in, right? And as mentioned earlier, you know what, we're hoping because this is a big industrial park here. We're hoping that other things come in as well. You know, we have a great supply of flour. Who knows, right? But you know what, good things take a long time. And just like this investment today, you know, it took a while, but good things take a long time. But what I would say is that the Red Deer County is continuing to see growth. We've seen growth through each and every recession that we've had, and we will continue to see that growth. And the reason that we will have that happen is that we have a great staff at Red Deer County. We have a philosophy that we're trying to get development come in. Right? And that development creates wealth. And with that wealth creates appropriate taxation. With that creates an opportunity that people want to actually live and work here. And I don't know whether I answered your question as good as you, and if you want to ask me a follow-up, just in case I missed the gist of it, go ahead.
No, that's excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room for a question? Go ahead.
Sean McIntosh, Red Deer Advocate. I'm not 100% sure who might be best to answer the question, but I was just looking for a bit of a timeline as far as when construction is complete and when the plant is up and running.
Sure. Where's Bruce McIntyre? Bruce is loaded with information.
Thank you for the question. It's part of the reason it's so tough to get these projects built is it takes so long to build to develop the capital approval process and then to build them. We're hoping to be manufacturing flour in the fall of 2026. That's our target at this point. The construction season is a little shorter in central Alberta than it is maybe in southern Ontario, but we've worked with a great contractor, Todd and Sargent. We're excited to be working with them. And they're going to stage the planning so that the slip pour, when the season is right, will be hard at it again this spring. The equipment has been ordered. Most of it's coming from Switzerland. So it'll be brought in and staged so that as the mill goes up, the equipment will go in, and that helps speed up the process. But I'm really counting on having sellable flour by the fall of 2026.
Thank you.
I think I might ask you another question. How many people or workers are part of the construction phase, and how many people will be working in the plant once it's operational?
So we expect to be, from the peak, 200 construction employees be working on site. Whether that be for the full 2 years, I'm not sure about that, but it'll be approximately that many. And then we have staffing for the actual manufacturing of the flour, like receiving the grain, cleaning it, processing it, bagging it. We're looking at 27 full-time jobs. And that doesn't include our transportation. Well, there'll be transportation. All the product that comes in is going to have to be transported out. So I remember when we built the first mill in Hamilton, we promised 16 jobs, and that was in 2017. We have 56 employees working at that plant now. So great opportunity for people in the community that want to come to work with us. They're highly skilled jobs, but we do realize that it takes time to train people. It's not like certain trades you just go to the market and there's 20 people looking to be a flour miller. There's not many kids sitting in grade 12 thinking, when I grow up, I want to be a flour miller. So we're going to hire staff probably a year in advance of the mill actually running, putting in some of our other plants, and train them properly so that when this new state-of-the-art facility is up and running, they'll be able to do a good job for us. So,
May I have one more question? Yeah. What about community engagement? As I said earlier, as a journalist, I serve primarily the community of Innisfil down the road. And then down there further is Olds and that sort of thing that will be directly impacted by your project. What sort of community engagement will I can ask you, the company do to get involved with the community and to, partner up with them?
Sure. We're a company that understands the value in giving back to the community that you work and run your business in. We're always looking for opportunities to support, like especially youth sports. We understand the value of giving our young people a chance to play sports and learn about teamwork. And we also work with, I remember a short story. We had an issue. We're expanding a mill, and it was in a town, small town, and the neighbors are really close, and there's a bit of upheaval about what's going on at this mill. And we're meeting with the mayor, and when we got things all straightened out, explained what we're doing, how we're gonna make things better for the neighborhood. And he did say, well, I'm sure glad that you sponsored the Chamber of Commerce last year Business of the Year Award, because that gave me some ammunition to go. So we understand that that's important. If you don't support the community you're working in, how do you expect that community to continue to support you? So I'm not sure what opportunities are available at this point, but we definitely want to give back to the communities that we're working in and building our business in. So.
Thank you.
I believe my question would be for Mr. Heimbecker, please. Thank You mentioned in your speech that having the bagging step of the process occur here is going to improve the efficiency and of the whole process. I was just wondering if you could expand on that a little, and maybe is there a numerical value we can put to that in dollars saved or carbon produced, anything like that?
No, not that I could share with you right now. The efficiency of manufacturing flour where the wheat's growing, like right now, red spring wheat is a vitally important part to the milling makeup. It has certain attributes when it is turned into flour that the market on the baking side requires. So in order to meet those needs, what happens in Canada is the greatest wheat in the world from the likes of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba in the form of red wheat is produced. And currently, to serve the domestic market, what happens is that companies like ours, because we are vertically integrated, we buy that wheat from the farmer throughout the year. We get it onto the trains that just rolled by in hopper cars, and those hopper cars make their way out to Thunder Bay. And then in this example, in Thunder Bay, they get unloaded, then it gets loaded onto a ship. The ship ends up in Hamilton, Ontario, gets unloaded to our facility that Bruce was referencing just moments ago. And then that is turned into the flour for the baking market in southwestern Ontario, which is a huge population base, obviously, in Canada. So that little tic-tac explanation of where the wheat goes and how it all gets there, it's one where dollars are associated to the movement of it. It's a heavy commodity, and it costs something to get it from here to there. So my example of, the importance of being able to manufacture right where the wheat's growing, get it on intermodal, which is a form of rail, and allow the finished product to show up in that marketplace, brings its own efficiency and thus augments the market appropriately to the advantage of this network out here. So,
Okay. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the time we have allotted for today's press conference. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Okay.